Hello and welcome to PlayStation Best Friends episode 92 for the week of February 22nd, 2019. We're dropping every Friday to give you the rundown on all the latest PlayStation and gaming news you could possibly need. The reason for my stuttering is because the doc says the 22nd. So I was like, fuck, I got to mentally fix this on the fly. My name is Anthony Palm, and joining me as always, Chicago's prodigal son, Miguel Alvarez.
What's up, bro? I mean, it is today is the 22nd. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the whole thing about how we recorded ahead of time, but
just
20 seconds man is not a thing.
I mean, I just like remove the numbers. You know what I
did. I know what happened. It's just on the fly. I'm like, shit, I gotta correct this. The other one with us, as usual, is the Brooklyn bad boy, Jeffrey Mizrahi.
What up, what up, what up? Yeah, people will call you out on that. I did that once on a post I did for Charlie Intel, and within a second, like when the freaking tweet loaded, it was like people like commenting like 22nd, you know, like TH at the end of the number.
It's just easier for me, okay? So fuck.
Yeah. Nah, it's just I guess fine. So Jeff, you have a hard out tonight, right? So you may have to hop out before the end, depending on how long we go. No, it should be long anyways, but you may have to leave early. Just so start with that.
Probably won't though, because there will be no way syncing it. So
yeah, I feel like the most stuff we're going to talk about this week is what we've been playing. So if you guys want to go over that,
yes, let's jump into it. Before even that, let me give a shout out to got to see Alita Battle Angel in IMAX 3D. Actually, one of the first 3D films I've seen in like a good part of the decade, honestly. Really enjoyed it. Really recommend it. Writing super cheesy. It's a fucking manga. But the action is amazing. I would actually recommend seeing it 3D. The 3D was good. But yeah, I just wanted to give a shout out to what I saw this week before what I played. But jumping into what I played, odd shout out this week to a game I just game flied because I've been watching so much Dragon Ball, and every saga I'm watching right now, they're all fusing. So I'm like, wait, wasn't there a game where you could just fuse any two characters in the entire series and like have a funny creation? And that is Dragon Ball Fusions for the 3DS. Pretty old game. I think it's like 2014 or something, you know?
So you chose to gamefly that over all of the other stuff that you've been talking about wanting to play.
Yeah, this is all I wanted to play right now. It was just like one of those like I'm in the mood for this game. I want this game. This game is coming, you know?
I can't really talk because that's where I am at with what I've been playing, which is Xenoblade Chronicles 2 on Switch. It was the exact same thing where I'm just like, I need to, I don't know what it is about this game. I just need to play it right now.
But yeah,
I think it was like, I just had like a giant hole in my life where like I wanted Persona 5 on Switch. I don't know if it's happening at this point. Yeah, I don't think it's happening at this point. And Zelda, I'm like at the end of the Champions Ballad, and like I'm at the Divine Beast at the end, and it's like it's cool, but it's just the same, you know what I mean? And like I needed an RPG. Tales of Vesperia wasn't what I was looking for, and I needed just a infinitely long RPG. So that's what I've been playing. And then the other stuff you guys have also been playing, so we can get into that. But just quick on Xenoblade, it's fun. It's a super Japanese game. But if you're into RPGs, like big, long RPGs, it's good.
I hear the tutorial in that game goes on for about ever.
Yeah, I was watching a video where the guy said that the tutorial goes on for about 80 hours.
That's insanity.
So once you're playing it though, it kind of makes sense because a lot of times the tutorial it's like a omniscient tutorial, like it's a person, like the way it talks to you is like a person. And it'll say like, there's also this thing, but I'm not going to like throw that at you yet because I don't want to confuse you. So it's like, it is kind of helpful.
I do appreciate when games do that, but it kind of feels like when you're 80 hours in and it's teaching you something new, it's like, I don't know. It's like, where was this earlier? Or like, I've been playing this for so long.
Depends on the type of game, though. If it's like God of War and it doesn't teach you how to throw the Leviathan axe,
exactly, yeah, true.
That's different than some weird, like super in-depth RPG mechanic. You know what I mean? So it depends on the game.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, just jumping back to Fusions, very interesting, very unique game. It's a RPG, so like Pokemon style. But it's like this arena, and you move your characters, and it's based on a turn timer. So like Child of Light, or like I think all the Final Fantasy had it. And then you could move your guy. Yeah, what
people want to know really quick, your quick impressions of you getting the DLC finally, right, for Dragon Ball Fighters, yes. And then in this weekend, this week, I mean, bam, you got the sale, baby.
Okay, yeah, let me break this down. I actually wanted to start with this. Thanks for reminding me. Yeah, you know the fucking saga. I've been waiting forever to get Dragon Ball DLC. 2 weeks. Was it even 2 weeks? Like
2 weeks.
2 weeks exactly.
Like
2
it always
weeks.
Happens.
Half off. And I'm like, I waited months for this DLC to drop, and it literally dropped right after I buy it. But it wouldn't have went on sale unless I bought it. Like, that's
it would have, but it usually happens, man. Like, I noticed that if someone has something on sale, like for example, Xbox, if they don't have it the next week, they'll have it the second week. PlayStation, like, it goes back and forth on depending what sales they are. But usually, whatever's on sale, within 2 weeks or 3 weeks, it's gonna be on sale on the other platform. Like, if you pay attention to that, it happens all the time. That's why I told you to wait. But then, like, you're like, oh, I just want it. Like, just fucking buy it, man.
Yeah.
You love the game.
I could have kept on waiting, but like, I waited for a sale.
Plus, you got a decent, discount on it too. So I mean, wasn't bad.
I got the whole Green Man Gaming shit. But yeah, Dragon Ball shouts out. Still love
that. Was funny though. You gotta admit that.
Oh, dude, I died when I saw that come up on my feed. I'm like, you're kidding. Dragon Ball DLC. But yeah, now moving over to let's see what you guys have to say about Anthem. You've been playing a bunch of that this week.
So before we say anything, did you play it at all or no?
Anthem, I know I haven't played. I haven't touched Anthem
since it was like an actual launch on PC. Okay, so
Miguel, you've been playing it on PC, just to clarify.
How are you guys are playing it in the?
I have not played with the newest patch, which apparently
we haven't played a lot of the newest patch.
So we played basically like the quote unquote like day zero version of it, I guess you could say. I don't know, like whatever the first version that was publicly available.
The first week
access premiere, yeah. You and I are pretty much in line with our thoughts on this, man. I when the game works, it's really fun, and I really get into it. And then you have a 20-minute loading screen, and then you load into the game, and then it doesn't load you into the instance at the same time as your teammates. So then it says you're not close enough to your teammates. If you don't catch up to them in 20 seconds, we're going to give you another loading
25.
Screen. So it's like 25, yeah, I guess. Yeah, so when the game works, I really, really enjoy it. The gameplay is really fun. I can see myself getting sucked into kind of the gameplay loop of everything. Using a different javelin than what was available in the demo definitely kind of showed me like the differences and like the variation in the gameplay that could exist.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, I haven't played it with the newest update, so I don't want to complain too much about the issues previously because I don't know what they fixed and what they didn't. But at the initial state of the game that I played it in, the load times are unacceptable. It was insane.
Yes, the load times are. The menu, I mean, okay.
The menu's a little low confusing.
They need to work on the menu.
My biggest complaint, and you agree, is there's moments where you as the player are getting shot at by enemies that aren't loaded in yet. So you don't know where they even are to avoid them or shoot.
Yeah, you get to the area and you get to the area that you're supposed to land and there's no one. And I had times that I'm playing with other people and they're shooting at something, but I can't see anything and I'm getting like hit.
Well, I don't know if this happened to you, but in one instance, my friend Jesse and I were playing together. We just did a private session. We did it just me and him, and we beat the mission. And it's the mission where the guy, like the big bad guy at the monitor, talks to you at the very end. I tricked you. It didn't load, so we were just standing there waiting, like we were just running around in circles for like literally like 3 straight minutes if you count to 63 times. Like it's just doing nothing. We're like, what? Like, are we waiting for this to load? And then eventually it loaded, and then started like the end of the mission. Not cutscene, but like the voiceover. So I mean, it's stuff like that where it's like if they could fix that, I think they have a good game on their hands. The story seems cool. It seems very Horizon to me, but
no. Okay, so yeah.
By the way, Billy said the same exact thing. My brother said the story is very Horizon as well.
Funny enough. What I'm hearing, because we haven't played the whole.
At least my initial impressions of the story. I don't know if it changes.
Yeah. What I'm hearing is that it's just blah. There's something in the middle that it's like a quest, and it's difficult to do that. It feels like they just buying time there to make it to extend
like the padding it out.
Yeah. and then the end, like it really picks up in the last four missions, like really picks up,
and then
it's like, you're like, oh man, it's gonna get good, it's about to get good, and then bam, done.
It does have the
Which
story
sucks.
actually really does, because I know you had said it's kind of like Monster Hunter, and I kind of disagree with you from a gameplay standpoint.
I'm saying
the opening mission actually really reminded me of the opening mission of Monster Hunter World. Monster Warrior. I'm thinking Dragon Warrior.
That first cutscene,
that opening mission reminded me of when you're climbing up the like volcano fucking monsters back in Monster Hunter World. So it does feel like its own thing, but you can also see exactly where it's inspired from. Like this little thing is similar to Destiny. This little thing is similar to Mass Effect. This little thing
has pieces from a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So the gameplay wise, it's not about the guns. It's about the abilities and the combos that you could create.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Which I really enjoy. Like you get all this little stuff. The abilities might be the same, but it has like a little extra thing to it.
It's very jarring at first, but then once you get used to it, it's fine. But like initially, it's a little jarring because you're like, I have these military grade like assault rifles and stuff mixed with all these superpowers. It's like if you were playing Mass Effect and instead of like an energy like rifle or whatever, you had just an M4. You know what I mean? Like it's a little jarring, but then once you get used to it, it's not a big deal. But it was weird at first. I'm like, this is so weird. I'm like throwing like biotic blasts basically, like, but then I'm shooting a machine gun. So
the other thing is that the demo for me like ran a lot better than the game right now.
Really? I thought that.
No, not run. My bad. Not run. I mean, the loading times are a lot worse.
I got you.
I mean, not
well,
that
was
actual gameplay
too, so we don't know if there's an issue with console versus PC.
It was said that the PS4 Pro ran the best compared to the other, like the Xbox and the PC for whatever reason. Now, do you recommend this game right now?
I need to play the newest update first before I can.
I mean, even knowing
if it's not dramatically better from what I was playing, if it's only marginally better, I would say hold off maybe a month or two.
I think we could talk about it more next week. Yeah. But right now, I think just wait for the reviews and just expect the game not to be fully there until 6 months or a year.
It seems like
now.
This is going to be a game for endgame players and people hoping there's like a really good story. It might not be.
Probably.
It's like, which is a bummer because it's a BioWare game, and BioWare games are all about the story.
I could see them. All the content is going to be free, like missions and stuff. I could see them adding big chunks of missions.
It would be cool if they just added different smaller stories instead.
Yeah, I feel like that's what is going to happen. But right now, I mean, if you go with the expectations of knowing what you're going to get, I think, go get it. If you expect something
it's like
a BioWare game, like a Mass Effect game or something.
It's like No Man's Sky. It's like go into it knowing what it is instead of thinking it's this big grandiose thing. Because I remember when this game was first announced, people like Sean Finnegan from IGN and people in that kind of sphere.
I mean, even I did.
They were all hyping it out of control. It's like, this is going to be the greatest. It's going to be the Destiny killer. This is going to be immaculate. And it's like, just know what you're getting into. You know what I mean? It's a fun game when it works.
Because it was the trailer, bro. Like the flying, all that stuff, dude. That was exciting.
Flying and going underwater.
Exactly, dude.
Which is awesome. Flying is really awesome,
dude. Like that's why people were like, "Oh my god!" And then it's a BioWare game,
like flying and transitioning into hovering, and then like popping a bunch of guys with the marksman rifle and then flying back down.
That's cool.
When it works, it's really fun. When it works, it's really fun.
I don't know how long people are gonna stick with the game until they drop more content.
I think that it'll be like Destiny 1, where it's going to be a big fall off. From vanilla, and then
something that Jeffrey doesn't know.
That's it. Yeah, like see, Jeff, you don't know the pain of vanilla Destiny.
Oh, dude, it was
you
bad.
Think you do. You think you do. You don't. We forced ourselves to play vanilla Destiny after we beat it, thinking like this is good, right? This is good, right?
It wasn't good. Let's move on to Apex.
Yeah, we'll talk more about Anthem next week.
Apex. Game's fucking great. They just dropped a new gun. I had the Havoc. I haven't touched it. I haven't played for a couple days, so I want to play that. Dude, the game is just fucking great. I just want them to start the what's it called? The first season. I forgot what they named it.
Yeah, it's like the battle pass.
In March, the beginning of March, which is cool.
So a couple weeks.
Yeah, and we all played. Here, you wanna?
Question has come in from Facebook.com/group/PS Best Friends from one of our devoted fans, Nathaniel Hicks. He writes
groups.com.
Facebook.com/group/PS Best Friends is the link.
Nailed it.
That was a comedy.
Regardless of what I said prior. I know you guys are probably going to give a rundown on the newest operation in Black Ops 4. I just want to know if it helps the game, fixes anything, or if the game is still going to be a shit show. LOL. So yes, we have. Let's structure this quickly. Let's talk about the good first, and then we'll go into the bad. So new, also for context for those who know, a new operation has come out. These are pretty much how Black Ops.
What's the name of it?
Grand Heist. This time around, they are doing a whole theme with it. They have 2 multiplayer maps for Black Ops Pass owners, contraband stream of 100 pieces of content you can unlock by playing, 3 new weapons in that as well, a new specialist for multiplayer, 1 new perk for zombies,
which is Outrider.
The Outrider specialist for multiplayer, yeah. The woman with the bow and arrow, or the compound bow, I guess.
She looks younger than.
Yeah, she
around the same age.
She didn't even look like the same character as Black Ops 3.
People say that in lore, she's actually the mother of the one or some shit or whatever.
They're recon.
Yeah, right.
I still don't even know what the story is with the other
Mason.
The other Mason. There's the 2 Mason sisters.
Beat Specialist H2, bro.
I can't.
Go play 30 matches against bots. It's really fun.
So you're recapping all the stuff.
But
get into the game.
Yeah, so pretty much that's the content. Oh, also Blackout has a new area on the map.
It has a couple new eras, but the main one is Ghost Town, right? Which is the standoff
for Black Ops 2, yeah.
Yeah, and the bottom is
buried from Black Ops 2 Zombies as well. I've totally forgot, by the way, that Standoff was remade as Outlaw in BO3 as DLC.
Yep.
Remember that? Yeah.
Yep.
Which one was Outlaw?
I played a bunch.
It was a Western remake of Standoff. Yeah. It was like DLC 3 or some shit. Yeah.
Yep.
You played much of it.
Great map. I mean, Jesus.
Good map. Very good.
Yeah, classic map. I like the in front of that like church area, like the in and out type. Talk about like the B point.
Yeah, I got it. It's good.
Yeah, I ran through it in Blackout. It was very cool. My God, it's a classic area. But yeah,
get into the good. I'm gonna let you start first because my good's
the good is the new Blackout editions are fun. Yes. I like the new area. Adds a lot of cool verticality to the Blackout map. Really, not something that is on the map at all. The new zombie perk is all right. Fuck, I'm telling you, man, I really thought there was gonna be more positive. In my head, I'm like, wait, there's some cooler things.
I mean, I'm waiting for it. No, I'm waiting for all the good.
We're recording this a day before the new the whole mode that they've been hyping up, the hot pursuit mode, like the cops and robbers blackout mode.
The fucking Grand Theft Auto 5 online mode.
I mean, it's just a skin, bro. It's just a skin of the weapons.
No,
they're gonna add a couple cars.
They haven't really detailed it, but so the cop car, the hopper, whatever it's called, the cop car, it has a recon sensor dart around it whenever the sirens are on. So you'd be like wee wee, but you could see everyone around you, so it's like a little risk reward shit. Wee. And then there's like a muscle car. I want more details on that, but
see, I think I feel Miguel and I are just different Call of Duty gamers than you, because you like this weird, stupid, silly shit, and that's fine that you like it, but it's just not what I want. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not. I don't
I mean, I love Ambush is the best fucking mode they have dropped, and that's kind of silly, dude.
Yeah.
But not running around with sirens on with a recon drone. Like, I don't know.
That's not the
like I'm glad you like it, but it's just not. That's not what I would rather them do other things to the game than that. But
yeah, fair enough. They also announced. I guess it's more of a news thing, but I'll just say it here. The new Zombies experience coming in March. It's going to be a Greece map. It's called Ancient Evil. I think it's a cool name. And they also gave a whole roadmap of what's to come. It's a terrible roadmap because there's no dates, but
it just says season 3, soon. 4, and 5 or whatever.
It's a terrible roadmap. But yeah, I mean,
you asked for a roadmap. They gave you one.
You look at the update. You look at Grand Heist, and here's where I'm going to segue. And on paper,
hey, wait, what, to the bat?
Yeah, unless
we were in the bat already. Okay,
and on paper it looks great. You know, Blackout map update good. This is what the game needed. The Black Ops 4 has not been in a good place for the past couple months. New specialists, awesome. Free. This is all free content. The Black Ops Pass shit. Of course, we got cucked out of that. 2 decent multiplayer maps and a Blackout skin. That on there. Dude, I've said that 100 times on there.
Yeah.
Christ.
And a lot of, you know, and more gauntlets for zombies. Zombies is getting server pause, which is pretty cool.
So you can actually pause a live game of zombies online.
Yes. Yep.
If I understand correctly. That's okay. That's cool. I like that.
That's gonna be wild. Yeah. I mean, sucks honest asshole that this is taking 10 years to do and isn't a thing at Black Ops 4 launch, but whatever, that's the past. And multiplayer got one in the chamber. That is another positive I want to say. I did play a quick match of one in the chamber.
It's cool, but without wagers, it's not as fun. Like you played that because it was a wager match back in the day. I feel like, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it's still there.
Like just bring back the CP or whatever. Not the CP. The
hot points is what they were called.
No, they were like Black Ops.
Nope.
They were called
before they were paid.
Yeah.
Fucking TBT.
I was right then. Yeah, like I missed that. Like even if they mean nothing, you know what I mean? Just bring back some kind of points to wager on it, you know?
Yeah. But so all of this on paper looks great. Then they do this thing, which is asinine, because in the situation Black Ops is in, you can't do this, Treyarch. You can't do this, Activision. They bring back loot boxes. And actually, I just realized this. They took out things from the Blackjack shop. So the Blackjack shop is where like the Fortnite shop where you could buy specific skins and specific emotes or whatever. Like this is labeled for 200 points. I'll buy this. They cut that in half. So your options of like specific things you could buy are now way more limited.
But you get a personalized deal, which is usually junk.
Which is interesting. Yeah, you have a personalized deal that it's like, all right, you unveil this, and only you could buy this skin today for this amount of COD points, whereas Anthony would have a different cosmetic shit. But yeah, it's just ridiculous. Right now, Black Ops 4 is a $60 game with a $50 season pass with a tier system where you could buy tiers for $1 each, with direct purchase cosmetics as well as loot boxes. And I don't know how this happened.
I saw your tweet. I actually thought it was very well worded. Something about like how does a $60 game have 4 different ways to monetize?
4 monetization models. And I mean, hey, I'll fucking eat a hat.
Can you buy the liquid divinium or whatever it's called in this game?
Yes.
For zombies?
Yep.
You could purchase it with real money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's been a thing for a while.
I didn't know if it was because I don't really play zombies. So
yes, I guess add that as another thing.
Is it called Liquid Divinium or was that Black Ops 3?
Now it's called Libulian Plasma, but I still always fucking call them LDs. Yeah.
Let me know when you guys are done so I could really go in there.
I don't. You know,
no, I just want to.
I'm staying silent.
Oh, and then this was a great thing. Also, they added blackout skins, character skins. And they've been doing a really cool thing where in the base game you could unlock skins through you find things in the blackout map and you do missions or whatever. Very cool. But they released a bunch of skins that are only available through purchase. They actually didn't even release any skins that you could unlock in game. And people were calling David Vonderhaar out because he said before the game came out, the character skins will always be like the main blackout characters will always be unlockable in game. People on Reddit were calling him a liar. And then he had this to say, which was an odd thing to say, especially in his situation. And like, I don't know if he got in trouble for this or what, but he writes on Reddit, at the time this interview was conducted, the interview where he said there will never be only payable things. You could always earn the skins. At the time the interview was conducted, which was previous to shipping the game, that's precisely and exactly how it worked. If I went back in time and redid this interview, I'd have to answer it the same way I did then, meaning you could unlock them in the game. Things changed along the way, and not all of them are design decisions. Other examples of things that changed since that interview we conducted, allowing specialists to be unlocked to anyone without having to do the quest, based on input that players have said. Add new characters for season pass holders based on input to give season pass holders more content, which I don't know if that's necessarily the truest thing, because I think when they announced the season pass, they said blackout skins would be available. But he continues to say, those two things were not exactly in the design plans at the time. It's a chicken and egg problem. I can tell you that we have done and what we plan on doing, but things changed that I cannot predict or I didn't know about. Doubly true with the business side of things, which I have little insight into, and even less control over. The alternative, which I considered a lot lately, is just never give interviews, nor answer questions. Which is it? I answer the questions as best I can with the information I have at the time I am asked. If time passes and things have since changed, you can accuse me of not being clairvoyant, but a liar is someone who is purposely trying to deceive you. That's just not the case.
Why is he doing like a Paul Heyman promo? What the fuck?
Unaware of that reference.
I don't know.
But yeah, I agree. He's not a liar, of course. If you didn't know it, sure.
But it sounds like a lot of tap dancing.
But to be in a situation where you're literally just gonna raise your hands and say like, "Oh, I had nothing to do with it. You know, it's all above me." When you're the studio design director, and you pushing the blame on
acting, let me know when you're done, bro.
Come in. What are your thoughts on the statement?
Let me know when you're done.
What are your thoughts on?
I was gonna start with the updates to the game, but we'll start there.
That's my least issue with the game. I mean, I have an issue with the skin thing, like you said, but that's my least issue.
Here, I'm gonna start at what I wanted to start at first. The updates to the game, right? The Grand Heist. That's what should they be? Black Ops 4 Grand Heist. That's what the game should be called. But
get it because they stole all our money.
Exactly, my man. The updates to the weapons, the balance, it seems okay. I don't know yet. The balance to the snipers is just bullshit, because we were arguing earlier, but the thing is that you gotta keep in mind, Jeff, that now it takes, before it was taking between 2 to 4 shots to kill someone. Now it usually takes around 5 to 9 shots to kill someone. And the snipers are still killing you in 1 shot. So they have even more time to turn around.
The fact that they didn't touch them at all.
That's my problem with it. And they buffed them, so there's more. It used to be only the Paladin they used to do that. Now the Koshka's doing it, the Aula's doing it, and the SDM, I think that's called. The other sniper, it's automatic.
I really got to correct you on this, because I mean, you can't be saying this. The only changes in the patch notes to snipers were the
but the point is they nerfed all the other guns, which is essentially a buff for snipers.
And they buffed.
Yes, they were doing this before, but now it's harder to kill them with any other gun.
All right, fair enough.
Just the feeling, how I'm feeling right now, playing the game the last couple of days. Now the maps that we got for, well, I was gonna say for free. Well, if you paid. The 2 maps that the 2 maps, which is Casino and the police station one.
Lockdown.
The Rainbow Six Siege map.
Yeah. They're okay depending on the mode.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
In TDM, they're way too big. In Domination or Hardpoint, they're fine. Blackout stuff, that's great. I like that they're updating that fucking Blackout. It's gonna be free in probably the next 3 months, which is cool. Probably
by the last season, I would imagine.
Yeah, probably, which is probably the smart thing to do. League play, we just added it today, which is Tuesday when we're recording. League play is a mixture of just garbage. So I'm gonna explain why, because they're restricting some of the specialists, but not all. Now, the professional COD players have a gentleman's agreement not to use the specialist and the specialist abilities, because
so they pick a specialist with the game. They override it with
but they override it. They don't use them.
They don't use
even when they get the special the ability, the actual ability, they don't use it.
Don't use it, right?
Yeah, that's what League play should be like. See how they're playing and get the stuff from that and compare.
The problem is Treyarch's never going to admit that people don't want it. They're going to say this is our vision, and if you don't like it, that's what they're going to say. But yeah,
now Aula, Outlander, her little boat thing, that's accurate as fuck, dude. I was destroying people with that thing. That's really OP.
Shoots really fast too.
Yes.
Didn't realize it was going to shoot that.
The little drone thingy, you could park it on top and in an open area, and it just highlights people the target. Remember the target finder?
Rainbow Six Siege update.
I'm just done with all the bullshit that kills me randomly. in the game. That's why I stopped playing multiplayer, which sucks because the multiplayer, it's good when you take all that stuff out, which really sucks. Now, that's my piece with the update, gameplay wise and for the maps and stuff. Now, you want to hear something funny, Jeff?
I mean,
you know they so you got the contraband, right? It's 100 tiers.
mm-hmm.
After that, you used to get reserves, right? Every like 101, 102, 103. They took that out.
So what those would be?
So you get to 100 if you
get a random item after you.
Yeah, you used to. That's what the crates were.
Whereas the first 100 are preset.
Yeah, and then you used to get crates every tier. Now, if you paid $100 for all the things just to get it right now, you're not getting anything after that. They took that away. They replaced it with the reserve crate. So there's a little like on top of the where you could buy the actual reserves cases, which they're 200 COD points, which is $2. There's a little meter on it, and you get one every around 2 hours. Which for the people that are just planning to get like to 100 and then stopping, yeah, you're getting extra stuff, which is cool. But for the people that grind and got past 100 and plan to get past that, they're fucked, dude. Because instead of 55 minutes to 1 hour to get the tier, it's now like 2 hours plus. And it's just one thing. It's not 3 like in Black Ops 3.
Yeah, that was actually the biggest thing that I was confused about for a while until I had to see for myself. When you pay $2, you get a crate which has 3 items. Could be any camo shit, whatever.
They're all stickers.
Yeah, they're all stickers.
When
you play 2.5 hours or 2 hours and you unlock one through gameplay, you unlock one case
with one item.
Wild, yeah, one case, which is one item. A crate has 3 cases, and it's like, what the fuck? After crypto keys, after Black Ops 3's crypto keys, the worst system ever.
Now,
dude, I would love crypto
now
at this point.
Yes,
I am like
at least that was based on XP too, which is ridiculous.
Crypto keys really wasn't that bad, honestly.
No,
it was because they put guns in it, and also like the duplicates were terrible.
I mean, okay,
crypto keys.
Okay. Now the bullshit part is, and I'm still not got to the funny part, but yeah, I think you're gonna laugh on that.
We're on bullshit part.
They added signature weapons that give you 25 XP, and they're in the crates.
So I just need to be transparent on this. Titanfall had a similar thing where if you bought one of the skins, then it gives you one bonus experience chip at the end.
You could buy
if you bought the deluxe edition, it also gave you one free.
Yeah, exactly. But you could buy them directly. And here they're locked in the fucking cases.
No, and Infinite Warfare. And Infinite Warfare had the same Mark II signature weapon system.
Dude, hold up. I'm getting there. Just give me a second. I'm going around. Now, the funny thing for you, Jeff, that you love zombies, right? You like playing zombies, right? Am I right?
Love zombies.
Okay. Remember how they gave you after fucking like 2 months? Like you could play to the tiers now? Like they gave you an option to like advance on the tiers. In this case, your progression in zombies doesn't transfer on the case. So if you play 2 hours in zombies, none of those 2 hours are reflected on that case.
So you still get the daily tier skip, but you don't get the case.
Yeah.
Wow. Nice.
Hilarious, right?
Nice.
Now, let me ask you guys this. So we could agree that this system is crap, right? The whole system.
Garbage.
Yeah.
Okay. I actually rather have the like fucking loot boxes from Black Ops 3.
4 different pieces of like 4 different systems that are not working well together.
Now, the question for you guys and whoever's listening want to tweet at me or tell me in the Facebook group, which developer has the better system?
I mean, I thought Treyarch
had the last 3 games. From the last 3
That's
games.
A good question. World War II.
Don't put Black Ops 3 because that was like the worst one.
I honestly didn't play enough.
I really thought crypto keys weren't that bad. If you take out the fact that the guns were in the crates,
from the last 3,
it wasn't that bad.
Nah, dude.
Which developer?
World War II.
You think so?
Warfare wasn't that bad either, honestly.
World War II
weren't really that egregious.
Yeah, Infinite World War II was similar to Infinite Warfare, but just
you got the guns for free.
It gave you more avenues to
if you had to pass
get the salvage shit, right? In World War II? Yeah.
And you could save that and then buy the contracts to get the
I thought there was like weapon. The cryptocurrency or whatever in
now,
I don't know what it was called, but Infinite Warfare, I thought I had the other currency too.
On Infinite Warfare, if you had the season pass, it will give you the default weapon.
You just didn't get the upgraded version.
Yeah, unless you like grind or whatever and get the salvage or whatever. But you got the weapon when they came out. In World War II, the cool thing was that you could save your credits or whatever the fuck they were called.
The war
and then buy the buy the contract, buy a contract, and then you were able to get it. And you were able to do it like in an hour. So the thing was easy to get. I'm gonna put the blame on all the system, not in Activision, but in Treyarch. Treyarch are the ones that put the system. Treyarch are the ones that knew that the community liked the other two systems before. Yet they stick to their fucking Black Ops 3 system and they just added more shit to it.
But I don't even think it's the same as the Black Ops. I think it's worse.
No, it's worse now. It's worse. They try to fix it and then they just added everything to it. It's on Treyarch, dude. It's not on Activision. Yes, Activision tells them you need to make this and that and that. And I'm sure they have the options to do it.
My biggest complaint...
people have said that Infinite Warfare has the best system because you get free shit, the free weapons, and you got to grind to shit. And it still makes money because it has loot boxes or whatever.
Right.
World War II had a similar system. But instead of getting the weapons for free, you could buy a contract to get the gun in an hour, so get 10 headshots or whatever.
Right. I thought World War II.
And this one, you're fucked. You either gotta spend $100 to get both of the fucking guns.
Yeah, that's my biggest issue is the fact that the guns are in the contract.
Even though if you got your fucking season pass already, they already got my fucking $60.
The guns should not be in the contraband. And if they're going to be in the contraband, it needs to be like the first 10 tiers or something. Because that's
on Treyarch. That's not an Activision. I just want to clarify that.
Yeah, that's
system. It's on Treyarch. I'm getting
there's not some like suit wearing like guy sneering down his glasses like this saying you have to make the new weapons the hardest possible item to get in our monetization system. Like no, it's fucking
the other thing, the fucking new contraband. Like 50% of the fucking things that you're getting are stickers.
Yeah,
they're fucking stickers
that do nothing. But moving on to a more positive note.
So yeah, Nate, that's our
thoughts on it. Yeah,
really positive in the game.
Yeah,
great.
It really is sad because we were so happy with the game in the first weekend.
No, first month, and then you played the game and you noticed all the bullshit in the fucking game, and that's.
But like, how did the balancing get worse in the multiplayer?
Who knows? But I mean, just the last thing. It's sad
it's a time to kill. It's a time to kill.
Well, especially when Zero got added, it really fucked it up. And then they tried to
easily been a plus, thumbs up, good job. You know, you're on your way. If they didn't put the loot boxes, they just had to not touch it.
Even that,
get rid of the contraband if you're going to do loot boxes. You know what I mean? But don't have both.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Moving on to more positive, Nathaniel also continues to write. Also, Anthony is probably not going to even read this out of spite. New Dawn is actually pretty fun. Far Cry New Dawn. If you enjoyed Primal, you enjoyed this game. It has very similar mechanics in the sense of building up your home-based community, but gives you more of a purpose this time around. It's definitely more of a good time than 5 was, but that's just me probably.
Okay, so let me.
My question to Nate is that they fix
the guns.
Yes.
Gun sway was
because that's my problem with that
gameplay issue with Far Cry. Okay, so let me clarify. My biggest issue with Far Cry 5, outside of the gun sway was unbearable.
I couldn't take that.
Like I didn't use anything except for the bow because it was so bad. But my biggest issue outside of that, it was just the ending was just so bad. The ending was terrible. The ending took.
You did finish the game, right?
I beat the game.
I couldn't take it.
Well, I told you what happened, and you're like, yeah.
No, I'm just the way on the weapons are so fucking bad. Like, I can't take it.
The ending of the game basically said everything you spent this 20 to 40 hours on, depending on how much you played the game, everything you spent your time on, it doesn't matter. Fuck it.
Yes, it does, bro.
You can blow it up.
It matters. You got this game.
Matters a lot.
And that's why I kind of wish they didn't double down on the story. Like, they could have just been like, this takes place I don't know. I mean, I guess because it's the same map, they had to come up with a reason why and bring Joseph Seed back. I guess.
I mean,
I have no problem with this
game. So.
I'm sure the game's fun and it looks cool. It's kind of weird that they're like going at Rage.
It feels like they're having more fun with.
Yeah, this one. Well, it was like Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon, where they're like, we're just having fun with this. You know,
now that thing was badass.
I loved Far Cry Blood Dragon. Blood Dragon, I think, was the best offshoot of a main game. Better than Prime. Primal's fun. I just got bored because there's no guns, so it's like I just got bored. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's fun if they fix the gunplay. That's the biggest issue with the game from a mechanic standpoint, because it's like I'm aiming directly at a guy and I'm shooting over here. Like that shouldn't happen. So, I mean, I'm glad you're enjoying it. Like I'm not telling other people not to enjoy it, and I'm not really even especially boycotting it. I just don't. It's just not
interested.
Just I would rather spend my money elsewhere. You know what I mean? So.
Fool me twice, fool on you. It is not time to play Far Cry 5, guys. This is 40 minutes into a fucking episode, and now we're on the Island Report. But that's what time it is. It's the time for the Island Report.
There'll be some news.
There are 4 items on the list.
Ooh, we have 10 minutes before Jeff leaves, so we got to turbo through this.
Yeah.
He's fine.
First up, the best-selling games of January 2019 in the U.S., coming from the NPD group, are Kingdom Hearts 3, Resident Evil 2 2019 remake. I don't know why. But was that copy pasted?
Yeah. You opened the link.
They probably had to clarify for like.
Yeah, I guess. Resident Evil 2 at number 2, New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe at number 3, Call of Duty Black Ops 4, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Red Dead 2, Ace Combat 7, NBA 2K19, Mario Kart 8, and GTA 5. Ace Combat 7, definitely a surprise up there. And shout out Kingdom Hearts, number 1. Waiting that long, not surprised.
Yeah, it's and it came out after Resident Evil 2. So
now, just to get into it really quick, like so I guess the sales, comparing it to last year, are down 19%. But I feel like what came out last year that
Resident Evil 7.
Monster Hunter World.
It was like really huge.
Monster Hunter World.
I feel like because I feel this year there was better games. Maybe. Oh, Odyssey came out too. Mario Odyssey. That sold probably a lot.
What do you mean?
Not January.
No, that's right. That's right. So what?
That was like fall.
Are people still buying Red Dead? I guess.
Yeah, I guess. They have to be for it to show up on the NPD list.
I mean, you could buy it for $30 already.
Yeah. Interesting. GTA 5 is at the bottom of the list, but still hanging around.
I mean, it's $20.
It was 15 if you had Plus.
Oh, really? Wow.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe hanging around too. Drinking. Interesting numbers. Yeah, it's not surprising. Top 2 are the 2 best games of that month, and everything else is stuff that. Well, I guess top 3. I guess you would include Mario Deluxe because technically it's a new release, even though it's an old game. And everything else, it's just the best stuff of the last like year and a half.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, it says Kingdom Hearts 2 on the article too. Maybe there's just a typo.
They forgot the fucking
the
3, dude. I mean, it's more of fucking 2 probably.
That's the joke, by the way. I know because like I write on a website. It's so easy. If you make a mistake in an article, it takes 1 second to fix it. Like so many times I see articles like where the first line is like. Has like
they gotta re-edit it, dude. They gotta go over through it. Like, so much, man. So much work.
Like you don't have to like republish it and like it's literally you hit update, whatever. Next up, Sony has announced that Media Molecule's Dreams will be released in an early access form in spring 2019 for $29.99.
$29.99? What?
Yeah, right. That'd be wild. A phone game. $30.
Could you imagine?
This version will not include the planned story campaign Media Molecule is working on, and the developer uses the press release to tell those looking for that to wait for the game's full release. However, the early access version will see more features, tutorials, arcade levels, and assets added pre-release. Those who played the closed beta will see their creations transferred across.
That's good.
I have like a burp coming through. Yeah, the early access version is described as a limited edition, but it's not clear exactly what that means at this point. It seems likely that it will only be available for purchase for a set period.
I'm almost more.
There's something that I grabbed that I forgot to put in here, but this is more for the guys that are gonna create
Yes, 100%.
But can you download other people's creations with this stuff?
Yes.
Yes, you can.
I'm almost more enticed to get this if this is going to be cheaper than the full game because I don't really care about whatever the story is going to be.
I really wonder. Yeah, that's an interesting.
I'm getting it.
If this is cheaper than
the full plans for this
if they announce that the game will be more expensive at launch, I'd rather get this because I don't have any interest in the story and I have more interest in playing other people's stuff.
I mean, it doesn't have a release date, so of course there will be more information coming.
Right.
But they have to clarify: is it an upgrade? Will you have to pay another $60? Is buying this give you access to the full game?
The game might be $40, dude.
Yeah,
when it comes out, it would be like $10 extra, and that's.
I'm telling you, I got a weird. I know you guys say absolutely not. I got a weird feeling it's gonna be a plus game.
Oh no, it'll be wild.
No, I don't think so, dude. I think it's gonna be. I think eventually it is gonna be that, but not at launch.
I could see this $30 thing being the plus game, and then you have to pay to unlock the story. I could see that.
Like some
no, I mean, if you get this, would you be able to download stuff? Because if you're able to download and play, why would you get the story?
Well, because some people like.
Yes, I
need after want to play the story for some reason.
We'll have to see. I mean, it could be a plus game. Hey, I didn't see them doing an early access $30 version, so that's cool. Next up.
Oh, wait. Yep. This is the first time they use early access for one of the games. So is this the beginning of something?
For a PlayStation game? I don't think so.
True that. Yeah, I mean, for any game, dude. Because remember when PlayStation.
Oh, okay.
That's why like Xbox had
not like it's usually early access is like everything that's available is available in early access. This is like in specifically a different version than what will be launched.
How do you know?
Well, they're saying there's no campaign in it, so.
Well, I mean, it's just no campaign. I'm saying it's gonna be similar to it, dude. Obviously, like PUBG on Xbox when it came out, it was early access, and then when it was actually released, it had extra shit for the same price.
I mean, they're trying new things.
But the people that had it in early access had all that stuff. Don't worry, just move on.
They're trying new things. They're trying early access here, and they're also trying crossplay and other things. Speaking of cross-platform parties in Rocket League were promised last month, and the new Friends update 1.58 adds the feature using an auto-generated Rocket ID. Players can search for and add their friends to parties and clubs, as well as viewing a list of 25 recent players been online.
And they could join. I forgot to add this too. They could join the party chat using that name.
This is exactly what I wanted, and Psyonix is the GOAT.
Wait, Miguel, what does that mean?
I'm not going to use this, but the fact that they did it.
I'm going to link you into it. If you use the Rocket
game chat, not party chat.
Oh, okay.
No. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Oh, okay. But I thought PSN. I'm like, how that makes sense?
Fortnite live chat.
PS4.
Game chat.
Could you imagine?
Yeah.
I know Fortnite's a little wonky with the game chat.
Okay.
But in here, using that name, they're gonna be able to connect you to your friend if you're someone's.
This is what I said I wanted from this when they first announced the crossplay thing.
More complete than Fortnite.
This is what I said I wanted from Psyonix when they first started announcing they're gonna work on stuff like this, and they did it. And this is the first company that did it. So I mean, I guess Fortnite did it too, but whatever. Epic Games got it.
It feels more complete. I mean, they technically did it first. Remember that switch that was turned on for like a couple hours?
Yeah, I forgot about that. So I got to give the most just so much credit to Psyonix. This is awesome that they didn't have to do this and they just went out of the way and
they had the capability of doing it already.
Yeah, but they're not Epic Games though.
I mean, someone big had to do it first. So I mean, come on.
Yeah.
What's the next game that you guys think it's gonna end up happening?
Minecraft.
You think so?
I mean,
Minecraft owns it.
Yeah, Minecraft doesn't have
maybe a couple years ago. Now I feel like it's just
Minecraft doesn't have voice chat anyway, so never mind. I could see like Paladins doing it because High Res already said they can do it. They just Sony's not letting them. So I can see like Paladins or
because it has to be someone big too.
I mean, hey, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if it's some like weird, smaller indie guy, and it's like.
I mean, they tried. They were told no. Remember last week?
Yeah, the Wargroove guys. Maybe I tried to make like safe.
But that wasn't even where it's like cross party chat. That was just cross.
Yeah, just cross play.
I mean, I could see like.
Can you see Modern Warfare 4 doing it?
I was gonna say it sucks that that Activision has and EA even too with Battlefield have the capability of doing it, and they just don't care. They just don't care. They could. I mean, they could totally brute force their way through that cross.
I mean, Activision doesn't barrier, just because PlayStation pays them right now.
Yeah.
EA doesn't have that luxury. I mean, they're not fucking games not selling.
Like EA has the means of breaking through the cross-platform barrier, and they don't. Why would they care? They don't care. Go buy it on Origin. That's all I care about.
Next up, this is pretty much, we mentioned it last week a little when we were talking about THQ buying some company. No, not THQ. The System Shock 3 news. Right. But Overkill's The Walking Dead has not been canceled. 505 Games, the publisher
on console specifically.
On console.
Yeah. Said that the console version has just been postponed whilst development is ongoing. We will share further news as soon as possible.
That means it's canceled, but just not officially.
Unless someone puts in more money to help
I don't see this game ever coming out.
Yeah,
I mean, it was out in some version for the PC, right?
But yeah, that's what I mean. I don't see the console version ever coming out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, that game has like some type of promise. Yeah. I heard that it had promise, but it ran like really bad, and some of the stuff was bad.
Oh, we forgot to talk about, because that's the last news item anyway, so we'll talk about it quick. You and I jumped into a couple matches of Hunt Showdown the other day on PC, and it actually runs.
It's like, damn it.
It runs okay right now.
Oh,
it doesn't run at 34 frames per second anymore. It's great.
It's close to 60, which is surprising.
It's pretty close to 60 for me. So it's not much else to say. It's just
new map
runs well. New map is interesting. It's kind of similar, almost the same, but
it has the same
organized.
Texture, so.
Yeah, it's just like reorganized areas. So, but yeah, I mean, great game. Love it. We got whooped because kids that play that game now are serious.
Now they're pushing. And before, like when we started playing, it was like more cautious and stuff like that.
A lot of people were super stealthy, and now people just don't care. They just run up on you now. So, but great game though. Great game.
This is wild, and like another callback to what we were just saying, how Black Ops could have had a good week, but they had to put loot boxes in. They added the Ray Gun Mark II in Buried in a cool little Easter egg in Blackout. You could unlock the Ray Gun Mark II.
Yeah, but the Ray Gun sucks in Blackout though.
I know. And by the way, if this fucking, which is, I know it's not, I don't even know I'm getting my hopes up, but if the fucking Ray Gun Mark II doesn't make its way into Zombies actual within the next week, I know it's not. It's fucking ridiculous. Galil just showed up like.
So much good stuff.
We'll never get the Galil or the PPSH in multiplayer.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
So you got more 200 and there's only 100 tiers.
And then, what'd you say?
You got more good stuff to talk about the game, or you want to just...
No,
it seemed like you had a lot of good stuff to talk about.
We recommend not playing Black Ops 4 this weekend.
Oh, I highly recommend it. I'm extremely excited for Hot Pursuit tomorrow.
Oh, you fucking asshole. I'm trying to segue you.
I know, but I want to say this one last thing. Not on the docket, but shouts out to the man, the myth, the legend, Reggie Fils-Aimé, retired from Nintendo.
Well, retiring.
Yeah. Doug Bowser will fully take position as president of NOA in April 24th, I think, mid-April, whatever.
Perfect guy to take over, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, he's actually a great guy. If you've been following him on social media since he was the, I think, VP of marketing operations or something, very fun guy, definitely a Nintendo fan, fun social presence. He always walks around with his little Bowser stuffed doll. Cool guy. I'm excited, but shouts out Reggie.
Yeah, Reggie's great. I told you guys, even when I was mad at Nintendo during the dark days of the Wii U, I still always loved Reggie, and he's always just been so optimistic. He's always been so happy. You know, he's always like been great to the fans of Nintendo, and I told you guys, he always made you feel like even the dumbest Nintendo announcement was a huge announcement. And
yeah, so, his cadence, his presentation, the way he spoke, it was.
He's like the perfect guy to have led Nintendo. You know what I mean? As far as like personality. So, all the best to Reggie. Glad he's retiring and with his health and all that, and gets to spend time with family and friends and all that good stuff. So yeah, shout out.
And hopefully, gets time Reggie to play some more video games.
Maybe those Reggies that I'm playing in Mario Kart 8. Maybe that'll actually be him one day. Never know.
We love you. However,
Regenita.
Nice. It is time to see what games you can play right now because it's the weekend playlist. Here are the new releases for the week of February 19th through the 22nd. Hello, Riley. He wants to read the first one. First up, Almost There, the platformer, PS4 digital. Anthem. I thought you guys played this game. PS4 digital retail out 2/22.
Oh, didn't you know that PlayStation actually turned down EA access because they thought that they already had enough content for their players? So Xbox got the early access, which was the 10-hour trial, which started last week.
Chromagun VR, PSVR digital. Daggerhood, PS4, PS Vita digital, cross-buy. Death and Quest, PS4 digital retail.
Oh my god.
DreamWorks Dragons, Dawn of New Riders, PS4 digital retail.
This apparently is a really good game. Apparently, like all like people on like Kotaku and stuff are saying like they couldn't believe this is actually a solid ass game.
Interesting. I've never seen any of them. The How to Train Your Dragons. But
me either. I want to. Yeah, I just haven't gotten around to them.
Farm Together, PS4 digital out 220. Hacky Zack, PS4 digital. It's like a fun indie game. Hell Warders, PS4 digital. Hexamaze, PS4 digital. Pode or Pody, PS4 digital. Does this game seem familiar at all to you? Because it did to me, and I don't know what I know it from. I feel like a pre-show at some point, like a Pirates Game pre-show, or no? Not ringing a bell.
Nope.
Pode. Queen's Quest 2, Stories of Forgotten Past, PS4 digital. Rhyme 9000, PS4 digital. Steins Gate Elite, PS4 digital retail. Unexplored Unlocked Edition, PS4 digital. And a new Avril Lavigne album out on PlayStation Music, Head Above Water. Go check that out.
Oh boy. Wow. The infamous comments section of the drop is not there this week. I'm kind of upset. Usually the first comment is usually something I like to read if you're a new
there's
listener,
none.
But there's nothing. It doesn't exist.
Just a server on the comments.
If it is not in the archives, it does not exist. That was an Attack of the Clones reference that none of you got. Usually this is where we read CQC, which is the Community Questions Corner, but we already read.
But instead, this week, we'll shout out to the community and announce the winner for the Necrosphere Deluxe giveaway.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I had that open by fucking forgot. Drum roll, please. At Ghost in the Glass. You have won. You retweeted and told us your favorite Metroidvania game, which is Castlevania Area of Sorrow. That was the Game Boy one, right? Or the DS one might have been. I think the Game Boy one.
I think it was the DS one.
But either way, I remember those were good.
Game Boy Advance.
Game Boy Advance, as well, because the DS one was called, I think, Dawn of Sorrow, because DS. Order of Ecclesia was one of my favorites. I think I'm pronouncing that wrong. But Ghost in the Glass, Glass, which one was it? You have won Necrosphere Deluxe. Remember, guys, we get a bunch of indie codes all the time, so make sure to check out our Twitter account.
All the time might be stretching it, but everyone.
All the time. Stay locked at PSBF Podcast on Twitter.
Please don't ever say stay locked. I don't want Per Schneider to
like it. Oh, dude, stay locked. Keep it locked. I just want stay locked to a website. Just bookmarking it? Do I have to make it my homepage? Is it locked?
Per Schneider, if you're listening. Corey Borlaug, please don't tell Per that Jeff said that.
Nice, Corey's into it. But yes, thank you very much. Here's where we also give our Patreon shout out section where you could become a supporter at the $2 tier level at patreon.com/psbestfriends. Shouts out to Jake Malore, Nathaniel Hicks, and Timmy Changa Wooten. We love you all very much.
Quick, you guys remember the one of the best games that came out? I think it was yesterday, so the 20th of February. Do you guys remember what game was that?
It was the announcement in 2013 of the PS4.
No. The Order.
The Order came out February 20th?
1886.
Good job.
Yes, great game, dude. Quick platinum, loved it, and I still waiting for the sequel, which we're not gonna get.
You might be waiting a little bit. If you want to check us out on YouTube, you can just go to youtube.com, type in the search bar PS Best Friends. We have a bunch of Apex Legends wins on there, as well as I think Miguel actually streamed some Black Ops 4 that we're probably not gonna put over there. But yeah, check out a bunch of stuff there. Miguel has a bunch of opinion pieces on.
I mean, if you want to go check on Twitch the VOD.
Yes, I was getting there too. Twitch.com, Twitch.tv/PS Best Friends. You can check our VOD for a really interesting Call of Duty stream where I rage quit and then went to go.
Oh, you left quick.
Yeah, I just can't deal with it. I can't deal with the quick scopes. But check us out on Twitch. Actually, we stream pretty often. We have been playing a lot of Apex Legends. That is Miguel, myself, and my wife Tay. Jeff doesn't like to play with us, and also he never wanted to play with us when there was 4-player squads, but then there was 3-player squads, and all of a sudden he wanted to play with us. So check us out there. You can check us out on Twitter, which is at PSBF Podcast. And yeah, where can people find you, Miguel?
People can find me on PlayStation Network, Dark Angel 1010, and at Twitter at Dark Angel 1010_.
And Jeffrey?
Find me on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube, Mr. Brawl96, as well as PSN Brawl96.
And you can find me on PSN and Steam and EA Origin for the time being, just playing Anthem, the only X188. And you can find me on BattleNet, the only X1, #1470, playing Hearthstone. You can also find me on Twitter at Anthony Palm. Thank you for listening. This has been episode 92 of the PlayStation Best Friends podcast, and we will catch you all next week.
Peace.
Boss.